Hey guys!
I'm Ty.
And I'm your host, Tiara.
And welcome to the
Girls So Anyways podcast. What do you think about, okay, so I saw a post, a friend of mine, she be posting all the time, real controversial stuff, love her to death. She be talking about how men are supposed to provide, for everything in a household, and a woman is supposed to just submit, take care of kids, have babies, and chill. Do you agree with that?
I personally feel like it depends on the way you grew up.
Mm-hmm.
I personally grew up in a traditional household where the man was the provider, the woman worked. But as we got older, my mom did start working. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. Definitely depends on your values and your upbringing. As I get older and when I'm married, when I get to that point, of course I will. I want to be able to be the one who don't work that much, and the man will provide for me. It is nothing wrong with that. Of course, a lot of women nowadays want their own money. Of course, I'm gonna have my own money. I'm gonna work, but solely my whole purpose is to be able to be there for the household, clean, watch the kids.
Yes.
I may need a nanny to help with every now and then, and just allow the man to be the provider. There's nothing wrong with that.
I agree. So currently, myself and my fiance, we both work. We own a business together. Mm-hmm. I'm in school. But once I get into my career, I'm going to work in my career for a few years. And after that, if I decide to pop a couple babies out, I'm going to take my time to raise my kids for the first few years. And then when I'm ready, I'll go back to work. I feel like it should be an option for a woman to work versus a necessity. Right. Because if that man is not, the man is supposed to be the table.
Right. To provide.
I be seeing dudes on these sassy little men.
They be want to argue with
so sassy. Oh, what are you bringing to the table? Baby, I am the table.
Right. I'm the table.
What are you bringing to me? And it's only American culture that is like that. In other cultures, men do. My man is not American, right? So in his culture, a man is supposed to provide. A man is supposed to do what they got to do for the household, and he does. That's why I said when he can't work, he be having an attitude. I'm like, can you
calm it down a little bit?
Literally. So American men, I feel like it's so taboo for them. A woman not working, what? You're a stay-at-home mom, what? In other cultures, women have never had a job a day in their life.
But I feel like before, back in the day, my generation, well, not my generation, but back in the day, my grandma them, it was like that. My grandma did not work. And when she worked, she only worked for a week and she quit. My grandfather was the sole provider for all of my aunts and my uncles. And I'm trying to figure out, at what point
did that change? In
America,
But it's only here in America. In other countries, women not working is not taboo. Yeah. We should have the option to work. I work because, I want to. And I like having my own money. And I like my, my man still doing what he do for me. But if I want to go and purchase a $500 purse, I can do that. Okay? And when I become a lawyer, if I decide I want to practice, I can practice. If I want to take clients here and there, I can. It's at my discretion. But I feel like for whatever reason, there's this weird controversy about women having to work. Bearing a baby and raising a kid is a job in its own.
Exactly.
Taking care of a household is a job in its own. And I'm speaking to all the moms out there who have to raise, who are married but single mothers. Let's talk about that.
Yes.
How about moms who are married but they're single mothers?
And to me, married but single mother, I'm thinking of a man who provides for the family but does not do anything for the kids, but give them a hug, give them a kiss, leaves, give mom money.
Exactly. In a marriage, when you have kids, or just in general, you're a mom, and you have Bree's dad, and you have your your boyfriend. Bree's dad does his part. He contributes. He does what he's supposed to do, whether you guys are together or not. Why is it that in marriages, because you're together, and this is not all marriages, but some marriages, just because you're together,
the woman don't get a break
ever? That's so crazy to me. That mindset, and maybe that's why, that's what distinguishes us. That's what changed between our generation and our grandparents, because a lot of our grandparents, our grandmothers
They was watching them kids.
They was doing what they needed to do for their kids, cooking, cleaning, 3 meals a day, perfect clothes, iron pressed, whatever for the man, making his lunch, doing whatever. And I feel like our generation, we're not doing that. So maybe that's what the change was. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that, but I would still expect for Jay to be
there. Yeah. And I'm wondering, is it because the men are tired from work and they personally feel like, I'm the sole provider, I'm providing all this money, so you should be the one that's taking care of the kids 24/7.
But I feel like as a parent, I'm not a parent yet, but when I become a parent, I would want for my partner
to help, to
still be, because kids remember stuff like that.
Of course.
Like, I remember every single time my dad has came to an event or something like that, I can remember that. And when he didn't, guess what? I remember that. So, I mean, I feel like it's important for you to still be an active parent regardless if you're working or not. Because those kids didn't ask to be here.
Exactly.
You guys made a conscious adult decision to have a baby.
Exactly.
Or, you know, to have sex unprotected and get pregnant. So, it's your sole responsibility together to raise that baby.
I agree. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've been hearing about now how Nick Cannon has a lot of money, of course. But... is he really there for all of his kids physically? Is he really there?
How many kids he got? 11?
He has a lot of kids.
Ain't no way. Really there? I feel like that's so irresponsible.
It definitely is.
It's so irresponsible because why you? And then he had them with all these different women.
And it's not like, I don't know if you know Country Wayne. He's like this comedian, but all of his baby mamas, he call them baby mamas. Some call them baby mamas. All of his baby mamas, he moved all of them to Atlanta except for one. So if he need to see his kids, they're less than like 10 minutes away. Versus Nick Cannon, he has all of his kids in different states. Yes, you have monetary value. But these kids are missing milestones with you. Literally, they're like, I'm sure he's not gonna be able to. Every kid
has a dance recital. What if all his kids have dance recitals on the first day? How you gonna be at 12 kids dance recitals in one day?
You cannot.
That's so irresponsible. And to those women that let him impregnate them, knowing that they were gonna still be single mothers.
Is it? I wonder. They're thinking, oh, he's the man. He got money. I'm gonna be straight for life. Monetary value. But when it comes to being able to watch the kids and be there for her, will he actually be there? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And I really feel like those kids are going to suffer down the line.
Exactly.
I'm not a parent, so I can't speak too much on that. I think
so.
But
I do think
I know as a child myself,
yeah,
I can, like I said, I can remember every single time my dad or my mom wasn't at an event that I had. And it wasn't because, you know, they couldn't come. It was because they were busy working or doing whatever. And I remember that. So I can't imagine having 13 other siblings or 10 other siblings, knowing that we share similar birthdays or our birthdays may be the same month, and I'm having this big extravagant birthday party, but my sister might be having one the day before and my dad can't be there.
And I also feel like when it comes to second siblings and stuff like that, I feel like personally they won't even be close as they get older.
No, it's too many of them. They live in different places.
So it's going to cause the kids to be distant. They're not going to know each other. Not going to be able to talk to each other. It kind of sucks.
It does. I wouldn't, and I only have 3 siblings, so it's just 3 of us. And even that is, we all live in different spaces and places.
Yeah.
We keep in contact, but it's hard.
Yeah.
And my dad had multiple kids by different women.
Yeah.
So us not sharing the same parents also made a difference.
Yeah. I'm the opposite. So my mom and my dad, they have 4 together. My dad by himself has 10. Yes, it's a lot.
It's a bunch of y'all.
Rolling Stone, honey.
Lord.
I personally feel like when it comes to like step sisters or step brothers, definitely makes a difference in your relationship with your brothers and sister, or who you call brothers and sister.
It does.
All of my siblings, I'm not close to a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them I don't talk to, which is sad. I've reached out a couple of times to some people. And at this point, I'm in my late 20s. I'm about to be, 29 or 28. I don't know how. Like I'm saying, like, I'm
22.
In my 20s. I'm in a position in my life where I've tried to reach out, be able to talk to them, like, build a relationship. We couldn't do it.
It's not helping. It's not working.
It's not working. So, and it's crazy because Bree has a cousin that is, like, her age, and she don't know them. She knows my friends
more than
she knows Raylan
more
than she knows her own cousin, and it kind of sucks.
That shit's so hard.
Yeah, of course, me and my mom, all 4 of us, like, we're close, like, we talk. I have older sisters, a couple of them that I talk to, about, I would say 2 or 3. Some of them I don't talk to because of, I feel like sometimes when it comes to parents, a lot of times step siblings can overstep their boundaries because they feel like I'm young and you're gonna step over me.
Yes.
I'm not gonna let that shit.
I'm not gonna. It's not lying.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let it slide.
find somebody else to do it.
We haven't some of them we haven't rekindled that bond from that, because I feel like an apology is old, whether it's now, tomorrow, you know. And
I know.
Yeah,
I feel like relate.
Yeah, I feel like an apology is old to me. I understand that you're older, but if I'm staying at my dad's house and you're trying to tell me, so let me give y'all the rundown of the situation.
Ooh, getting into the tea.
So this was in the beginning stage of me and my boyfriend. Now, like at that time, we were like talking, you know, getting to know each other. My older sister, so Akil, my year had Prime, and I had like discount my Prime. We was going through a stage where we was broke. I'm not gonna lie. And
okay, it'd be like that for a lot of us. Real, that's raw, real, right there. Okay.
So I had gotten some groceries with like my Amazon Prime card or whatever, and it got delivered to my dad's house. Akil came to pick it up. My older sister, she wasn't living there. She overstepped her boundaries. She was like, "Oh, don't be having a man getting stuff sent here. He don't live here. Da 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 da." Mind you, Akil wasn't a man. He's only like 20. We're only like in our early 20s.
You guys are babies.
Yeah, we're babies. And she's talking about me to my other little sister that's younger than me. How old is Lily? My little sister is 4 years younger than me. So she's like 21, 22 now. And she's telling her all this. Of course, by trade, me and my little sister, we're like this. She's going to tell me.
Yeah.
So I text her and I'm like, "Hey, da da da, I'm just trying to figure out like what's going on. Why do you have an issue about me getting stuff sent to my dad's house and you're not living there?" She's like, "Oh, that's daddy's house. You're not finna do that, da da da." No. So I get off work. I go home. We get into it.
I know you did.
We get into it.
Because that's disrespectful.
Yeah, that is not your house. You don't live here. You're a visitor. So why, if my dad does not have an issue with what's going on in his house, why do you?
It's not your home.
Yes.
And you guys are babies.
Yes.
So your dad probably, at least you're trying.
Yes.
Like Q could have been out here slinging drugs, all of this stuff.
Like,
you know what I mean?
We just ordered Amazon groceries. Like, what's the deal?
What is wrong? What's really going on?
Yeah, so we had an issue with that. So it affected our relationship in a sense. Yes. I feel like I'm owed an apology. It's crazy because on Friday she came to my dad's house. I was over there. We didn't talk.
That's so horrible.
It sucks. And it comes, I don't know if it's because we have different parents, like different moms. I don't know.
Different race and different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're older than me. So I feel like you owe me an apology. I'm not gonna come to you and talk to you. You need to apologize. Yeah. And when it comes to step siblings and stuff, if you're not raised together, it's harder for you to stay closer as you're older. Yeah. It's hard for me to build relationships with people now, like at this stage in my life, to build a relationship like we don't know each other if we're already old.
Yeah, you're in your late 20s. Yeah. Like you're ready to, you building your own family at this point. Yeah. So you've solidified your relationships with your family members, with your friends. Your circle is tight. Yeah. It's hard to like veer out of that to build another brand new friendship or relationship. I totally get it. I have 2 siblings that are not by my mom, a brother and a sister. And I will say that my relationship with both of them is not as strong as it should be. Yeah. But that's because, that's on my dad. Yeah, upbringing. Because he didn't make sure that we were close growing up. Yeah. Especially my youngest brother. He's like 10 or 11. So he's a baby. Wow. It's a 15-year gap between me and him. And like 20 or 21 years between my sister, my older sister and brother. So it's very like strained, but that's on my dad because he didn't do his part to make sure that we were all tight, close and tight. And it's only 4 of us, so it should have been no problem. Yeah. And at one time we were all living in the same state, in the same cities, so it should have never been like how it is now. My relationship with my sister is not strained, thank goodness. That's good. We're just not super close, and that's because, you know, we're older and we weren't close growing up. Yeah. So it makes a difference. It makes a difference, but I'm thankful that I at least can hit her up. I can talk to her. Like, we're not on bad terms. We just not super close. Yeah. And it's my dad's fault because he should have made sure to have us like this. Me and my sister should be like this. Me and my brother should have a relationship. Given I'm grown, so I can always, you know, reach for my brother and do what I'm supposed to do as a big sister. But it's difficult. You know, relationships behind the scenes are not the best between both parties. So it makes it difficult to have a relationship with him. But I definitely can relate. Trust me. I get it.
So I know, like, reverting back to, like, Nick Cannon, I just know, like, the kids are going to be the ones who suffer.
They're going to suffer so much.
Most.
And it's really unfortunate because those babies didn't ask to be brought here. Their mothers and Nick Cannon decided to have multiple kids. Like, one of the mothers of his children spoke out a couple of months ago because he was doing a podcast and he named all his kids and forgot one of his kids' names. So she reached out, like, spoke out about it and was like, I take care of her, yada, 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 whatever. He doesn't have to remember her name. She'll grow up loved, knowing that she's loved, or something of the sort. But it's like, why did you have a baby by him then? At that time, he already had 6 or 7 other kids when she had the baby, right? This is one of his newer kids that was born, like, within the last 2 years. So you knew going into this that he already had 6 or 7 other kids. Why? Why did you have another baby by him?
Shit,
why put yourself through that? Ain't no way I'm having that many kids.
That is wow.
11 kids.
That is a lot. And I feel like it's easier for a man to do that because they
can just pick up and go. Men can have literally limitless amount of babies per year. Women cannot.
Yeah, we can't.
We can't do that because we don't have this podcast. Like, if you can relate to anything that we said or we talked about, let us know. Like, tell us in the comments.